Okay, today is another day of the end result of leaf cleaning. So I cleaned some leaves up from a guy's yard a couple days ago, and so now I'm dropping off all the leaves at the recycle center. And I'm gonna get into why I try to avoid doing this, but this guy is a regular customer, and during the main grow season, he gets his grass cut on a weekly basis, so it's the trade-off. But I'll tell you why I don't typically like doing this and all, and go over like some of the costs and and how much money you make from it. All right. All right, so let me go over why I don't particularly like doing leaf cleanups. For one, I don't get to sit on my lawnmower and just ride it. I actually have to get up, bend over, and I won't say back-breaking work, but it is a little work. But the main reason is, let's face it, out here cutting grass, you're not going to get rich. But you get to work independently. You don't have a boss. You pretty much get to work your own hours. And depending on how ambitious you want to get with this, you can decide how much money you want to make in this thing. All right. So I typically like to get at least $60 an hour, which I know some people probably think that's low, because I know some people are charging $45, $50 for a yard. But that's not what I charge around here, especially in this area. That's just not how it works all the time. I do have some customers that pay, $60 or whatever to come out there and cut their yard. But the majority of them are right around 30, 35. So if I'm working by myself and I don't have anybody to help me out, and including travel time, I'm doing 2 yards an hour. That's $60 an hour. All right. So now if I'm raking leaves, depending on how big the yard is, but if it's anything less than half an acre, it can take me an hour or 2. And then depending on how much leaves are there, it might even take up to 4 hours just to rake the leaves up, because, I don't have a big fancy machine that can suck up the leaves and all that kind of stuff. So I just rake it up, right? So it's going to take at least 2 hours. So that's $120 right there. You got to charge the customer just with that. All right. So now you got that involved. But now from where I am and my trailer setup, as you can see behind me, I can't put leaves back there without the leaves blowing. Even if I put a tarp on this thing, right? Let's just say I blow all the leaves up in the back of this thing, I don't know how good you can see that. I get to moving down the street, those leaves are going to blow all over the place, even if I put a tarp on top of it. So what I end up having to do is I have to bag the leaves up. All right. So I'm going to need some commercial, good, sturdy bags, like this box right here. That box right there, it's 42-gallon bags. There's 50 bags in there. And so like the yard I just got done doing, I only ended up using, 16 bags, about 20 bags. But so the cost for those bags was $40 right there. So now if I want to get my money back for the bags, you got to charge it to the customer. I'm already charging the customer $120 to pick up his leaves. Now I got to add another $40 on there. That's $160, right? All right. And so now the next problem that I have is, okay, what am I going to do with all these leaves I got bagged up? Well, you got to take them to the recycle place. Well, the recycle place, there's 3 of them that I use, and one I just found out that starting in May, they're no longer going to be accepting commercials. They're only going to be accepting residential drop-offs. The other one is only open Tuesday through Saturday. Today is Monday, and I got yards to cut, so I got to empty my trailer. I can't leave these leaves on the back of this trailer. I have to put my equipment on the trailer. So I got to dump it. So anyway, it cost me $25 to drop off a trailer worth of leaves. The other one that doesn't open until Tuesday, they charge I have a 9x5 trailer. They automatically charge you $20. Okay? And they at one point weren't accepting leaves, because what's happening is it's dry. I'm over here in South Texas, right? So it's been dry. And what's happening is they're starting to have fires with all these leaves, so they don't accept it. So they stopped accepting it. And so then the third place that I use is instead of it being a recycler, it's a land clearing company, and then they'll allow people to come and dump their brush on there, and they turn it in because they sell the mulch. But they charge me $40 for a 9x5 trailer to drop off the leaves. So now I already spent $40 on bags. And if I want to actually make a profit out there, I got to charge that to the customer. That's $40. Plus, I got to charge $40 to get rid of the leaves. That's $80. Plus, I need $60 an hour for it to be worth my time, because I could just be cutting grass, making that same money. So now you're looking at $200 to do a small little yard. That's a hard sale. Most people are not willing to pay that amount of money to get their leaves raked up, you know. But it's easy for me to sell, hey, I'll mow, edge, weed eat, clean up your yard for $30. Oh, easy. Sure. $30? Wow, that's cheap, I thought you were going to charge me $40, $50. That's an easy sale. Boom, I knock out 2 or 3 of those in an hour. I'm making my money. But I come over here and I do leaf cleanup, I got complications. And then not only that, I got yards to do today, right? I got mow yards to do. But I had to take the time it took to go to the recycle center, which is about 10 miles away from my starting point. Go down there, unload the bags, and drive through traffic all the way back here just to pick up my equipment to go out and cut my yards. That's why I don't like doing it. I really don't like doing it. But I do it for my customers who are regulars, and because if I don't pick up the leaves out of the yard, then the grass won't grow for me to cut it anyway. And then 2, they'll go and find somebody else who's willing to clean up the leaves, and then now they're going to start doing the yard. So sometimes I can't get around it, but that's why I don't typically like doing it. Anyway, that's how that goes. Catch you later. One thing I forgot to mention is with the cost of the bags. So it's $40 for a box of bags, $35, $40 for a box of bags. What I do, as you see in the video, is I empty the bags and then I reuse them. So eventually, as I get more leaf cleanup jobs, then I start to make money. I start to make a profit off of the bags. But just for a one-time job, no. Yeah, you can charge it to the customer, but then that increases their cost, which decreases their likelihood of being willing to pay that. But I just wanted to mention that eventually I recycle those bags, and I keep going until I can't use them. I've had bags that I've used for 2 years, 2 years straight, before I finally, and I could have kept using them, but I just said, let me just throw it. I got enough money out of these bags, I threw them away. But anyway, I forgot to say that the first time. Thanks.